Yes. Well, um, I named lots of things Lu for Lucifer. Lusitania, Lotus. It's Lutus. Um, there's lots of L things like LS, Lucifer Star, or Star. Yeah, Lucifer Star. Um, anyway, lots of things I named as I went along. These are real companies I've do own. Um, and I hired some financial managers to deal with it while I was away or a child or whatever. Anyway, and that's how I ended up loaning. Well, I invented the word Lamborghini. It's actually an homage to my lumber company and Brian or whatever, and Genie because I'm like a genie. Um, anyway, it was my super fast car, and actually I was doing it from Germany on, and all kinds of other stuff. And you know, basically had the first DeLoreans built back around 1925, and also aircraft, and also a bunch of gliders, and also power assisted gliders, and like I said, the A-10 Warthog, the HMS Rodney, should have been an L. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Which had its targeting control system where both ships could fire on one point. Like you could pick a point and be like, okay, fire there, and both ships would just auto track and from both sides, and they would all hit basically right there. They could even fire like patterns, like you could fire 10 foot apart and put a shell. Like printing the earth, I called it. I was like, you can print the earth with what they call it. They said, you can print the earth with this baby. It's like, yep, well, you could basically. Just like, you can even write your name with the. I think at some point we could even write. You can even write a message, with the shells, just like printing the earth, they called it. But yeah, I mean, the HMS Rodney was a very advanced ship, actually. Um, and yeah, I named it as an homage. So anyway, whatever. It's my ship anyway. And later on, other things using computers and stuff like that to modernize cannons, because cannons are really useful and they're really cheap. And if they can actually hit something, they're really effective. Like with a targeting control gun or whatever. And if you know your position, and that's part of what Rodney and its sister ship, I mean, the two ships would do, is that you could range find and they could tell each other apart. And it was a computer that could actually, it was the size of the ship practically, I think, if I remember right. But it could actually compute its distance to the other ship plus distance to target, and then fire. And all the people had to do was load the guns, basically. So, and with a tracker, and I think they used radio trackers or whatever, it could tell how far away a radio signal was from it, and then you could tell it, X amount of degrees and X amount of distance this way, and I think it could figure out where you wanted to shoot. Like if you knew the distance to target from your distance, it could tell your distance from it, and then it would triangulate, and then you'd say like 30 degrees and fire. And 30 degrees by whatever, from point to point. I think it worked. Yeah, you could say I think you had to sight to the ship, and then, I don't know. Yeah, they were working out the bugs, like I say. It worked something like that. But that was the Rodney and its HMS Rodney and its sister ship. And there were a couple different ships like that, though. But yeah, they could range. And I think they decided they could get the best range out of the 16-inch guns. And also, I like the homage of the 16-inch guns with the M16. So, 16 and 16. So I mean, it just seemed kind of cute to pay homage like that. So I had the HMS Rodney and the sister ship and a couple other ships, very advanced ships. It could hit almost anything. Anyway, though, and they actually came into play against the North Africans or whatever, I believe. We had a war over there. Basically, they were attacking, I think, someone. So I sent them over there, and they, played a role, basically. So, anyway, in protecting people, I hope. Like I said, I hope so. I mean, I built them, I own them, so I own the whole fleet, really, like I say. But my British and German people and all that, they were left in charge, So when I wasn't there or away, they could do stuff. In South Africa, claimed that the British was, I guess it wasn't really British, it was me. I mean, it was my ship, so, and we took down drug dealers and this and that and all kinds of other people that were just raping and killing. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure anyway. I know my men wouldn't just kill people for no reason. Like, my people really knew. And besides, like I say, I'm the creator of 800 Galaxies, so things are a little bit different for me. So, anyway, yeah, and then like some other people got in the way and thought it was a joke or something or whatever. It's like, well, no, it's not really a joke. I lead an 800 Galaxy tribe, so and what is America? I named it, and it's my country, so, and I'm going to defend my country. So I also defended other people's countries. Like I say, I worked with Japan and China, but they ended up surrendering. But it's like, okay, now we're going to feed you and take care of you, and bring you up to date. I don't kill people. I just like retrain. And like I say, I love the Chinese. I love the Japanese. Like they worked with me before, just like the Irish people. I love them too, and the British people. I mean, they're all my different groups. That basically they were in need or they needed help or something, or I had a factory there or something like that, and snuggle up basically. So, I mean, there isn't any part of this planet that I haven't actually had factory or people on, and protecting and serving, or protecting people anyway. So, anyway, yeah, I mean, I did it out there in the galaxy, in the universe too, occasionally. Yeah, I mean, so anyway, yeah, but protecting people, rescuing hostages, saving people is what I did for a living. Well, actually, mostly I just built things and built whatever, but I also did that, so. Anyway, yeah. Well, there's a difference between being the real Lucifer and being pretend. There's a difference between being a real leader and being a pretend leader. So, I'm not pretend. I'm a real leader. So, anyway. And throughout the years, all my leading and stuff has taken me to great wealth and power and money and all kinds of other stuff. So, and then I retired. So after I built 800 Galaxies, I was like, I'm going to retire. Not much more to do. So took a vacation. So anyway, yeah. And that's who Lucifer Star is. Me. Anyway, very well-known name, actually, I would think. So Lucifer White Star Lines, builder of the Titanic, leader of Ireland and other countries. Yep. So... everyone, well, I mean, like I say, I used to lead South Africa and North Africa, but then they were doing this whole, like, and trying to rape people like crazy, and it's like, and I gave them like 3 or 4 chances, and was like, look, I used to lead you, and they're like, they had their own king of men or whatever, and he led them to basically attack Germany and whatever, and anyway, they all died, so, but he didn't really care. I think he was just raping women, trying to get the men to kill themselves or something. I don't know. So, anyway, they're dead. We're not, or I'm not. So, my England, my Britain, anyway, he never got to rape the Queen. I don't think. I think that ring they wears in some of the things is like a ring that I gave to some girl. He raped her and took the ring and killed her. And I was like, what the fuck, and because I knew where that ring came from. And I was like, I know that ring, and then after that I was like, on, so, anyway, and then he wears it, on video and stuff, like, trophy or something like that. It's like, you piece of shit. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, so, I invested a lot of money and they killed my people and all this other stuff, and we got into this big fight, so, and I won, so, anyway. But they were going to kill me and take vengeance or something.